Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome to another Eternal 7 Elden Ring stream. I now have a working mic. Since I haven't been checking the VODs, I didn't even realize my mic wasn't working. Got my camera working. It's been years since I streamed. These are technical difficulties. I hope y'all will forgive me. But since my mic wasn't working, I'm going to go over what we've been doing. I started making a low-level dragon build. When I say low-level, it's going to be ultra low-level. I think we're going to stick to level 9. I started this build a couple days ago, a couple streams ago. We're only a couple hours into the game. We haven't really leveled up at all. We haven't upgraded any weapons. That's basically how we're going to play the game. We only really need to level up twice in order to get 2 fate points. The objective of this build is to get all the Dragon Community incantations at level 9. That's going to be, I think, as low as we can make it happen. That's going to entail wearing 2 sword seals and the Fate Talisman, the 2-finger heroine. So it's going to be a long time before we get there. We will probably be using the, what do you call it? The Lamenter form. That's the ultimate destination. But we don't have to, as long as we get the silver tier mask, or even like the mask of confidence. I think it's going to be sufficient to give us enough to cast all the Dragon Community incantations at that level. So obviously getting the Lamenter form is going to be the ultimate challenge at level 9 with no level upgrades. And that's basically what we're doing. We're running through the game right now, we're collecting stuff. I'm just into Caelid. We started the game, we really haven't done any major bosses yet. But I've been running around and collecting things just to get the character off the ground. We're going to have some quality improvements here very shortly. We're going to be coming back here and killing Grail at some point. We just don't need to right now. We don't have a bleed weapon yet. But that's going to change very shortly. And yeah, so we just picked up the Radagon Sword Seal, so this significantly increases our HP and survivability, allows us to wear more weapons and stuff, or use more weapons, so things are on the up and up. Yeah. Now it does cause us to take more damage. This character is basically within one-shot territory of most things, so we're going to basically see how it goes. I have done a low-level build before. I do have a level 8 build. It's a hero. It's in the DLC. The hero is a lot tankier than this character. They just start out with a lot more HP, and they're a lot easier to get through the game at low level because they can use heavy weapons. They can stagger enemies very easily, and yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a challenge. I do like PvPing in this game. Ultimately, we're going to be PvPing with this character a lot because we're going to need Rune Arcs. The low-level, like base-level characters, they're basically within one-shot territory at the beginning of the game of quite a few enemies, especially as you progress through the game or get into the DLC. So basically making the character survivable is critical, and a Rune Arc with Godric's Rune goes a long way towards making that possible. Excuse me. Just picking up things, picking up graces over here real quick. Did we get the map? Not letting me, I guess I'm still in the fight. So yeah, Rune Arcs are hugely important for us. There we go. I did not pick up the stupid map. I guess I gotta go back up. Run through the dragons. Where is the map? I guess it's over there. So I didn't actually run through it. Thought I missed it. I think there's going to be a crate here nearby as well that we can pick up. Whoa. There it is. So we are going to be relying extensively on status effects to get through this playthrough. We are going to be picking up summons. Right now, where we have the skeletons, they're actually a very good summon, one of the best summons in the game because they revive themselves. There's 2 of them, so they can take a lot of pressure off of you during boss fights to survive. Because the boss will target them, then when they die, the boss will forget about them, and then they'll come back up if the boss doesn't double hit them. But ultimately, we're going to be relying on getting the Dung Eater puppet and having them beat the game for us. Which Dung Eater puppet is very powerful. He can generally one-shot, or not one-shot, but he can solo a lot of bosses. Even like some of the endgame bosses, Dung Eater is just super powerful. This merchant that we just unlocked is going to give us a few interesting things, including the spiked Kestis, or Kestis, which has bleed, innate bleed. Bleed is going to be huge for us. So yeah, chugging along. I do need a bow. I want to come over here. We're going to be picking up poison. We're going to be getting rot. Once we Rune Arc, you can see our stats right now. So we have 15 dex. With the Rune Arc adding another 5 dex, that's going to get us up to 20, which allows us to use the Anspar Rapier. Strength is going to be at 21, which allows us to two-hand the Rot Battle Hammer once we get there. The Rot Battle Hammer is like a cheat code in this game. Of course, we do have to get all the way to the consecrated snowfields and beat some bosses over there before we can get it, but it's all doable. So we will have all that stuff for us. I think next on the destination is we do want to get into Weeping Peninsula and just pick up a few things over there. So I'm going to start making my way to there, but let's pick up the Uchi first, which will be a great weapon for us. Unsheath allows us to stagger enemies pretty easily. It has bleed. Uchigatana is a super powerful weapon. You can beat the whole game with it. It really is cool how software designed their weapons, and some of the most basic weapons are basically the best ones in the game. We did pick up the Flamberge as well on the previous episode when I couldn't talk because of the mic. Speaking of not talking, my voice has gotten better, but I guess maybe it was a good thing that you guys couldn't hear me before. My voice was having some issues because I just got over a cold. Okay, so here we do have Sacred Blade, so this dungeon is actually really using the Sacred Blade. Make light work out of these enemies. Scimitar. Use. Cool. Okay. Nice. I hear you guys. I don't know where you are. Oh, dropping runes. They're all talking stuff. Which is good. Trying to remember where I need to go. I think it's over here. And here we go. We are going to go pick up Bloodflame Blade before we really press any further. And like I said, we're going to be PvPing quite a lot for this in this game, just because we're going to need the rune arcs. Low-level invasions are kind of interesting. I mean, ultimately, we want to make this dragon build just so we can kind of dunk on people, but you really don't need much to do low-level invasions. There's quite a few things, like invasions are just inherently unfair in this game. More so than I think any other game in Souls history before that. I used to play Dark Souls 3 and I loved invasions in Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 was a lot more balanced in terms of invasions and in terms of their player mechanics. The gameplay was just more balanced in DS3. I don't know what the boss was here. Oh, this guy. It's a crippled Black Knife Assassin. Actually, let's take out the Uchi for a spin. These guys are just generally strong at everything, so having Sacred Blade won't do us much good here. Our skellies don't do much damage, but you can see how they take pressure off of us. There we go. Alright, Assassin Crimson Dagger. I think that gives us HP on crits. And another Death Root. Death Roots again are going to be hugely beneficial. We do want to do the Rank's Quest. The main thing we're going to get there is Bestial Vitality, which is just massive in terms of like how it allows us to heal over time for very little FP cost. Yeah, let me run around here real quick. Where would we need to pick up the map here? I think the map is like over here somewhere. I'll put a marker right here, so number 4. I'm throwing markers down in different places that we need to visit. We do want to come over here. We'll take this one off. In fact, let's get in. I don't know what I want to do next. Let's do this real quick. There's a couple of tiers that we want to pick up over there behind that tree. So the nice thing about playing a character at low level, since you're not upgrading, you have a lot of runes. Nevertheless, you know, you kind of, especially early in the game, you are starved for runes. There's quite a few things you need to pick up from merchants. You just gotta take our time and slowly get the stuff that we need. These plants allow us to make holy pots. Which anything that's weak to holy, like some of the skeletons, would just get annihilated by the holy pots. And we do have quite a bit of faith on this character already. I think we're going to be cruising around with something like 28 faith. And having access to some of the fire and holy pots really just trivializes quite a few enemies. I think there's an actual board here. Yeah, butt slam. Ooh, what am I forgetting here? Okay, we need to get, did I pick up the tiers? I did. That's a stamina, charged attacks. I think those are the tiers that we just picked up. There's a talisman right here, and a bear we can kill. These bears here can be a pain in the butt, but once you learn their moveset, they're not so bad. They do give us a lot of runes. So they're not necessarily something you want to avoid at all costs. You just don't want them to gang up on you. So we're close to the merchant. I don't know why I'm not seeing the ruin here. There it is. Amid Glide Howling, we're going to be doing Ronnie's quest. There's the bear, he's taking a nap. I don't think I have any blood greases right now. I have poison grease. Nah. I mean, I'm not really going to be using poison greases. We're going to be picking up a really, really powerful poison weapon from Caleb. Actually, a couple of them, all in the same dungeon. Oh, that's wonderful. Excuse me, mister. Oh, I can't see shit, man. Oops. Trying to heal. Okay, we got the heal in. Poison's doing the work for us. Yeah, those attacks are hard to predict. Hard to read, I should say. Oh, I thought he died. That was actually a pig. That's it. Alright, so we picked up a few runes over here. We've cleared out this area so we can explore nicely. These lilies are really powerful. Mixed sleep pots with them, which we're going to pick up the recipe for. We can't really bring Blight down yet, but we will shortly. Let's pick up the talisman and then go and spend some of these runes. Going through that fort height gives us bloody slash, which will be useful on the Uchi. We can also infuse the Uchi with bleed when we do that, which I probably won't be doing because once you get Bloodflame Blade at low levels without scaling, Bloodflame Blade is just generally better than bleed infusions. Alright, let's run over here. Get the merchant. And like I said, a lot of these merchants have things that we want. Be it cookbooks or maybe some weapons that are just going to give us more options as we press through the game.
Yes, right this way. Welcome, valued Castellese. I'm angry.
Some of them sell Ashes of War, so the hand axe is a very, very powerful weapon in this game, especially for PvP. It's actually downright busted. There's some sleep arrows, which we can use. I still haven't decided on whether or not I want to upgrade any of my weapons. I think I might just do a +1 regular upgrade. It's just going to give us just a slight bit of an edge. And it's not going to prevent us from invading people that don't have upgrades. Let's pick up the grace here behind the fort. bastard. Whoever shot me in the back. Not cool. Huh. Alright. How we're alive, I have no idea. We got very unlucky there. Let's let these guys go at it. So here you gotta look out those guys up top with the oh boy. We just got absolutely swarmed here. Well, that was not a good idea. Alright, let's heal. Alright, we got it. Bloody Slash is good though. Alright, it does give us it does give us a good Ash of War. Maybe we will put it on something like a straight sword and infuse that in bleed. It's just Unsheath is really powerful for PvE. So we got both of the deck this medallions have that allows us to go to Alphys. We've already made a lot of progress in this game. We can get rid of this. Next time the destination, I really want to go and get a Bloodflame Blade before we go into Weeping Peninsula. Let's do that. I came here to the merchant just to see if we could set some of these runes. There's a cookbook here. Yeah, we want this. Yeah, actually, let's die from Lyscar. So we can go to the crab shack here. I just don't remember where the grace is. Let's actually run over to 4 and pick up the grace, because that's going to make it easier for us to chug along. We did clean up these ruins earlier. Looks like I did not pick up this goodie right here. Okay.
Hello. Hello. Please. Hello. It's rather chill, my mistress. But I was a. Could I ask that thug only if you've. Oh, what a blessed thug, please.
Alright, so we can start her quest. Here's the island. We gotta get patches going as well. So there's stuff for us to still do in Limgrave. Quite a lot, I think, actually. I don't think Patch is gonna be here yet until we actually clear out Godric. So we can still go and meet him in his little cave. Oh, we are at night. There will be a Deathtouched bird here. We do have a Sacred Blade already. Can we make some holy pots yet? Not yet. Alright, well, let's try to kill it like this. And boom. That went well. That's okay. Let me try again. These death birds are pretty easy here early in the game. They do give us some useful stuff. So we do want to kill them. Some of them drop weapons, some of them drop spells, some of them drop talismans. I think this one drops a talisman. Of course, it's not knight anymore, so all that goes out the window. But they're very weak to holy, and we can explore that weakness and beat them pretty easily, even at low levels. Alright, so we get to pick up this map here. There's a crystal tier on one of these islands here. We are heading here next? No, right here. Maybe there's another grace right here, and then this is the church, I think, that has Bloodflame Blade on it. So 1 and 2. Bloodflame Blade is absolutely huge for these low-level playthroughs. Because it builds up so much bleed on bosses that you just really need to, you don't even need to hit them that often. It continues building even after you hit them. It's like a game wrecker. And this character has the stats to cast it right away, right out the gate. That's a nice thing about Prophet. So, in the first stream, again, I don't think my mic was working. I spent a lot of time talking about the different classes. Prophet is absolutely ideal for making a low-level build. A dragon build. Oh shit. Forgot about this guy. When he does this, he's trying to parry us. You should jump attacks on him because he will automatically parry you. They don't even give us anything useful. And there's a lot of these blood roses here. They are used for making blood greases, so we will be using blood greases. We will be using Bloodflame Blade. All of these are useful items. I think that is the ash that we want. There's also another scarab over here, which I think has healing. We have plenty of heals though. Challenge here is going and grabbing it without running it into enemies. There we go. And that was one of our major quality of life improvements here we needed to get. I think this is the island with the dragon. I think there's going to be a grace right there. The ice grind hatchet we can pick up on the way. Excuse me. Ice Brine Hatchet is over here on one of these little towers in the treasure chest. I don't know if we can use it. I think I only have 15 decks. It requires 16 decks. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But it's okay, we're going to be able to get Hoarfrost Stomp anyways and put it on a different weapon. We're going to one over here. There's some runes we can pick up over here, but nothing really important other than the Ice Brine Hatchet, which unfortunately we can't use. We would be able to use it with Rune Arc, but the only weapons I think we'll be using like that are going to be some of the heavier weapons for boss fights. We made it pretty far. Let's go pick up the key here. That's going to allow us to get into the Via Lotharia. We can probably run over and pick up the other map. We will be killing these dragons out for this. We want those. I still don't have a bell, do I? Nope. Can't really do anything about that guy there. I think the next map is up north of us. Oh, wait a minute. You can't technically beat the Sentinel now, just to kind of get him out of the way. Memorize spell. Give us some runes as well. I think we're gonna beat this boss right now. Hopefully. Not get too beat up. Yeah, he two-shots us. Not quite a bit of heals though. That attack might one-shot us, still not through it. Oof. Oof. Panic rolled down, we got lucky. Man, this Bloodflame Blade is blasting. Oof. Oh, it did not one-shot us. Almost out of heals here. Oof. Ooh. Okay, out of heals now. We can still do this. I know. Golden Helvet's not going to do as much good. But let's pick up with these runes, pick up a couple things over here. Use a few more daggers.
Wait, well, you're back. The howl, I suppose.
So this
Next
gives
time
us
you
a
hear
gesture
about
to get
don't
Blight
just
down.
have any. I am selling where the land has its only time. Let's say.
So I think I'm going to cut this stream after this. Oh, we need these. Alright, there's the holy pot. These are not so useful. Can get better armor. We don't need the torch. I'm gonna pick up some daggers here.
Goodbye.
The rest
Nice
of the
to do
money,
business.
need to make it down here. And we need to make it down here. So actually, yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna run down there real quick. Let's heal up first. Yeah, what about the end of the stream here, guys? We're just gonna make it down to the beach. I want to get that merchant down there. It's going to give us the broadsword. Broadsword is a very strong weapon. Again, nothing's really strong because we're not upgrading them, but again, similar to the Uchi, the broadsword is one of those weapons that you can just beat the game with easily. It gives us that access to square off. Square off will stagger the crap out of bosses. We can also pick up a shield here, and I think he has another cookbook, this merchant.
What do you need? I don't want any.
Yeah, cookbook. Okay. You can get all those boluses as well. Club's a good weapon. We're going to be relying on them more to start off. And we can get a stone club for this character. He already has 16 strength. Stone club is just a much better version of the club. Where's the cave? This is going to be our grace down here, so we can come back here. We will want to beat this cave. But yeah. Alright guys, we made it. I'm going to pick back up the next stream. Made really good progress now. We have a few good weapons that we can use going forward. We got Bloodflame Blade. Okay, Cemetery we can get rid of. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. Don't need the bronze. What does this one do? Increases recovery percent. No, we don't need that. guys. I'm gonna call it a day here. We'll see you at the next stream.